Have you ever wondered how marine and coastal mammals stay hydrated? How do animals like whales and dolphins, who live their whole lives in the salty ocean, find fresh water? Well, today, we're exploring three amazing and surprising strategies that animals like otters and sea lions and whales and dolphins use in order to find and even make fresh water in their very salty environments. My name is Ned, this is The Curious Current, and let's dive in to learn more. For sea lions, dolphins, and whales, the ocean is both home and hazard. It's a shimmering desert made of salt. Every wave that touches their skin, every drop they swallow while hunting, is laced with sodium that would dehydrate a human in hours. So how do they do it? How does an animal drink nothing and still stay full of water? This is the salt paradox, the biological magic trick that keeps marine mammals alive in a world that should dry them out completely. By the end of this video, you'll know the three remarkable ways they pull it off, proof that even in the ocean, survival depends on mastering the art of thirst. Let's start with a secret most people don't know. Marine mammals don't drink seawater, they make their own water. Inside their bodies, chemistry takes the place of rain. When you burn fat, not literally, but metabolically, you release water as a byproduct. Every time a sea lion's cells convert fish oil into energy, tiny droplets of pure, desalinated water are formed inside them. This process, called metabolic water production, is the foundation of survival for most marine mammals. It's the same principle that keeps desert animals like kangaroo rats alive, but scaled up for the ocean. For a California sea lion, 1 gram of fat can yield roughly 1 gram of water. That means every fatty sardine, every oily squid is as much a drink as it is a meal. Their diets are deliberately rich in lipids, which are fats, a hydration strategy written into evolution itself. While we sip from water bottles, sea lions refuel by devouring fish. Dolphins and whales use the same trick. The more fat their prey carries, the more water they can synthesize internally. It's a chemical oasis in a salty sea. But it's also fragile. Ocean warming is changing the fat content of prey species. Fish that once packed dense, oily tissue now carry leaner bodies due to shifting food webs and temperature stress. For marine mammals that depend on those lipids, less fat doesn't just mean fewer calories, it means less water. So even as the ocean rises, some of the greatest swimmers are slowly running dry. Next, let's dive into some physiology to help understand how these animals stay hydrated. Of course, making water is only half the trick. The other half is keeping it. And for that, marine mammals rely on one of the most extraordinary organs in the animal kingdom, the multi-lobed kidney. Your kidneys, and mine, have a single bean-like structure on each side. But in dolphins, seals, and whales, each kidney is divided into hundreds of mini kidneys, called raniculi. Each raniculus acts like an independent filtration unit, densely packed with nephrons that pull every last drop of water from the bloodstream while flushing out excess salts and urea. The result? Urine so concentrated that it can be saltier than seawater. In other words, dolphins don't just resist dehydration, they outperform the ocean's salinity itself. Now, imagine running your entire body through a built-in desalination system. That's what a dolphin does every day. Sea lions share the same superpower. Their kidneys are masters of efficiency, a vital adaptation for an animal that might haul out on a dry beach for hours in the blazing sun. They even have special metabolic pathways that allow them to break down food into energy without releasing much water as vapor, reducing loss through respiration. But this exquisite system comes at a cost. It's calibrated to the environment. When salinity in coastal estuaries increases from drought, agricultural runoff, or reduced freshwater inflow, even these super filters start to fail. In recent years, stranded sea lions along California's coast have shown signs of renal distress, a physiological red flag linked to dehydration and toxin buildup. Next, we'll explore 3 behavioral strategies marine mammals use to source fresh water. While sea lions and dolphins handle the problem internally, other coastal mammals turn to behavior and even the weather for hydration. Take the sea otter, one of the few marine mammals without a thick layer of blubber. Instead, it relies on fur, the densest in the animal kingdom, with up to 1 million hairs per square inch. That fur traps air and prevents salt water from reaching their skin, minimizing both heat and water loss. But when it rains, otters sometimes open their mouths to catch droplets or lick moisture from their fur. Their prey, sea urchins, crabs, and clams, also contain plenty of water. Each shell cracked open is both a meal and a drink. Then there's the manatee, the gentle giant of warm coastal shallows that we all love. Unlike their fully marine cousins, manatees actively seek out freshwater seeps and springs. In Florida and the Caribbean, they'll drift toward river mouths or hover beneath waterfalls and storm runoff, opening their mouths like living buckets. Scientists have even observed them surfacing during tropical rainstorms, sipping from the surface film where the rainwater pools before it mixes with the sea. It's a behavior both ancient and fragile. As freshwater inflows decline due to human diversion and drought, manatees must travel farther and expend more energy to find drinkable water. It's a risky trade-off in a warming world. Even walruses, creatures of the Arctic, play the behavioral game. They rarely drink, but depend on their high-fat diet of clams for metabolic water. During long haulouts on ice or shore, they minimize activity to conserve fluids, using behavior instead of physiology to weather dry spells. 3 species, 3 strategies, each tuned perfectly to its environment, until the environment changes. To survive in saltwater, life has to bend the rules of chemistry. Marine mammals don't just tolerate salt, they dance around it. They've turned fat into water, kidneys into desalination plants, and behavior into hydration strategy. But the balance is delicate. A dolphin's internal chemistry evolved under stable salinity and prey composition. A manatee's migration depends on predictable freshwater seeps. And an otter's fur loses its insulating power after a single oil spill. Each of these invisible adaptations is a tightrope act, and climate change is shaking the rope. As ocean salinity increases and fish become leaner, even the masters of marine osmoregulation could start to falter. Thirst, once a problem only land animals face, is coming for the sea. So in a world of endless blue, the secret to life isn't abundance, it's balance. The ocean may look like water everywhere, but for those who live in it, every drop must be earned. They don't drink the sea, they outsmart it. All mammals need sleep to survive, but for dolphins and whales who spend their entire lives living in the ocean, shouldn't it mean that if they fall asleep underwater, they'll drown? You and I breathe automatically. They need to think about it, even when they rest. You're about to learn how dolphins and whales have mastered the art of sleeping without sinking, and how their brains might hold the ultimate key to surviving the many perils of the ocean. My name is Ned, this is The Curious Current, and let's dive in to learn more. Whales and dolphins are mammals just like us. They are warm-blooded, air-breathing, and in need of sleep. But unlike us, they can't switch on autopilot. When we sleep, our breathing is automatic. The brainstem keeps us alive while the rest of the brain shuts down. But for cetaceans, animals like whales and dolphins, it doesn't work that way. Their breathing is voluntary. Every breath requires conscious effort. That means if a dolphin fell into deep human-style sleep, it wouldn't just snore, it would sink and suffocate. So evolution found an elegant workaround, unihemispheric slow-wave sleep, or what scientists sometimes call half-brain sleep. When a dolphin sleeps, only half its brain shuts down at a time. The other half stays awake, watching for danger, keeping the body balanced, and surfacing for air. Even the eyes follow the pattern. The one opposite the resting hemisphere closes, while the other stays open, scanning the blue. Like I said, it's called unihemispheric slow-wave sleep, and it's one of evolution's strangest balancing acts. A brain split between dreaming and vigilance. In this state, dolphins drift just below the surface, taking slow, deliberate breaths. Their movement never stops completely, like a heartbeat that can't afford to pause. But not every cetacean sleeps this way. They all share the same basic blueprint, one hemisphere asleep, one awake. Yet they've evolved very different strategies for using it. And that's where things get even stranger. Because while dolphins rest in motion, whales sometimes do the opposite. They stop altogether. We'll get to that next, and what scientists discovered when they finally caught whales in the act of sleeping. For dolphins, sleep is a shared responsibility. They rest in pairs or small pods, swimming slowly, taking turns keeping watch. But in this half-dreaming state, they click and whistle softly, staying connected through sound. Their rest comes in short bursts, spread throughout the day and night, because smaller bodies burn oxygen faster and predators never fully disappear. For a dolphin, sleep has to stay light, social, and alert. Whales, on the other hand, can afford something deeper. Larger species, like sperm whales and pilot whales, have been seen standing vertically in the water, completely still, just drifting like pillars in the dark. It's one of the eeriest scenes that I've ever seen in the ocean. They rest together too, but in eerie silence, motionless, eyes half closed, suspended between worlds. A dolphin's sleep is a rhythm, a whale's is a pause, yet both are bound by the same rule. Never surrender full consciousness. One half of the mind must always remain awake. And this delicate balance between rest and awareness has shaped not just how they sleep, but how they think. Because the more scientists study cetacean sleep, the more they begin to wonder, does this constant half-wakefulness explain their remarkable intelligence? That's where we're headed next. Cetacean sleep doesn't just keep them alive, it may also shape how they think. Even while half asleep, dolphins have been observed responding to echolocation calls and social cues. Some can even be trained to perform simple tasks while one hemisphere rests, a kind of built-in multitasking. That constant low-level awareness might explain part of their intelligence. A brain evolved to live in two worlds at once, the waking world above and the silent depths below. In humans, sleep is about recovery and memory. In dolphins and whales, it's about survival and balance. Their very consciousness is split by necessity. So the next time you picture a dolphin leaping through waves, remember, beneath that effortless grace is a mind that never fully shuts down, half dreaming, half awake, but always aware. It's a reminder that the ocean doesn't just demand strength, it demands adaptation. And sometimes, survival means never truly sleeping. If you enjoyed diving into this mystery, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for the next current of discovery. My name is Ned, and this is your reminder to always stay curious and stay current. Thank you so much for watching.